this is an unbelievably talented Kentucky team. I guess you say that every year, but maybe even more so this year in terms of their athleticism and their league, which is just outstanding. We really wanted to talk. We really talked to our guys about taking care of the basketball and making sure that we got good shots, getting to the offensive glass, and doing the job on the defensive end, defensively. I don't know that you can come out and hold a team with this talent with the pace that they play at. I think you're going to keep them in the low 60s or 50s. Obviously, they got a few more than we wanted them to tonight, but we really thought it was important to eliminate as many of their easy baskets as possible. I think when you look at the stat sheet, we did a lot of those things. We accomplished that. We ran up 46 points on statistically the best defensive team in the country in the second half, and we saw some really positive things from some individuals. We were not as aggressive defensively in terms of our activity as I would want us to be. I thought we did a good job of matching their stuff off scout in the first half and taking them out of some things. And they got some great looks. A couple of those shots Bruce takes, goes down. Carl McGethers had a layup right at the rim that slipped out of his hands. A few of those goes down. And the first half's a little different, obviously, that run they had after the last time out in the first half, where it was 7-7. Then they ran out to a double-digit lead. It was very big. But this is a terrific Kentucky team, without question. And when you have Terrence Jones throwing in threes and Teague making a three at the end of the game, when they got that kind of stuff going on, they're awful good.
Darrin, you mentioned the end of the first half, that 4-minute stretch. How crucial of that was Bruce's play in that? It seemed like he was throwing up a lot of quick shots, maybe not the best shots.
Yeah, I don't know that they were bad shots. I think they were bad shots for the time when we were trying to finish the half. Get a couple of them were probably pretty open looks. The challenge is, again, understanding that in that situation when we're trying to finish the half strong, we'd rather drive the basketball than take a pull-up three. Those are things that our whole team needs to grow in and understand that are important for us to finish things out. Especially against a team of this caliber.
Darrin, you all take 22 threes. Just because of the presence Davis has, was your game plan to play that much on the outside, to try to work that much, or is that maybe a little too much for you guys, 22, you think?
Yeah, I'm not really caught up in the number as much as I'm caught up in the kind. I thought the second half we took terrific threes. We didn't avoid him too good. He had 7 blocks. I'm more interested in the kind that we take. Obviously, Damian Leonard took some really good ones in the second half. Talking about a freshman coming in on this stage and playing the way he did. Got some really positive things coming for the future of our program. The number's not as important as the kind. We talked about earlier, maybe the few ones Bruce took. We took maybe 1 or 2 other quick ones in the first half. We're a team where we take the like we saw in the second half, we're capable of making those shots.
Darrin, what did you think of
Well, obviously it impacts something to any team in this league at this level. Your 2 potentially best scorers aren't scoring. I think it's going to be a challenge for them. And, as I mentioned in my opening statement, I think that's what makes Kentucky dangerous. Is that you got a guy who doesn't shoot that well, honestly, and Teague throwing in a 3 at the end of the game. Jones, who's been averaging whatever he's been coming into the game, single digits. Finds a way to put up 20 a few of those, making turnarounds. Some of those things. So I think that's the difference in where Kentucky is and where a lot of other teams are. And so anytime your 2 best guys struggle, I think your team's going to struggle offensively.
Darrin, what did you think of Teague's overall play? Kind of what was your plan coming into the game? What you wanted to do with him?
Ultimately, I think he's a terrific player. He's a guy that can get the ball where he wants it to go. He's got terrific athleticism. He finishes at the rim, and he's going to continue to get better and better. Obviously, we knew he would prefer to drive the basketball more than to try to keep him in front as much as possible. One of the things where our youth really showed up today is we really didn't want to come up much on those drives and allow them to throw the ball into Davis. I've never seen a kid do what he can do without getting any post touches. We watched all kinds of film. I don't know how many times he gets it in the block on a play and turns and makes a basket. But he gets a double-double every night just on athleticism. And one of the ways that he does that is, that block. We saw some of those things, but I think that they're going to continue to get better and better, like us. They're very young.
How did Jones assert his explosiveness today?
person as opposed to what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought he played well. I don't know that I would compare it, back to. I think you got to coach a kid every day to understand those things about him. I think he's a very good basketball player that had a terrific game today and was a big key to their victory.
Darrin,
Effort. Effort, just focusing on it. I mean, we've got an SEC team, and we've got terrific athleticism. We're able to. We've got a lot of growingness. We're very young, but it was a huge focus for us, and we challenged the guys individually, especially getting to the offensive glass. And so it's something that we hadn't been doing very well. So it's good to see us do it against a really good rebounding team like Kentucky.
Darrin, you had 4 in double figures, and then Bruce had 8. Is that the kind of offense that you think you can have every night going through the league?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to. I don't know that we have that one guy that's going to go out and get 18 every night. I think in a lot of ways that's good. Again, I thought I need to watch the film and evaluate it, but I thought for the most part we were pretty good offensively in terms of getting what we wanted and executing. We didn't make shots in the first half and missed a few layups, as I mentioned, but we shot a huge percentage in the second half and scored 46 points. As you mentioned, it was a lot of different guys, and so I think that's a positive for us moving forward.
Coach, how tough has it been integrating Bruce back into the line of football zone?
I mean, not that tough for him. I mean, he's a special athlete. He's a phenomenal kid and a great teammate. And, he has the ability to come out and, do what you saw today, which is, not shoot the ball extremely well, but, had 4 assists and 0 turnovers. That's probably more impressive, playing against this kind of defense, not having played, consistently for the last 6 months, than whether he makes shots or not. So we just kind of throw him out there and play him the same way we do all our other guys. When he's doing well, we let him play, and when he gets tired or isn't playing well, we take him out.
Darrin, haven't seen Anthony the past couple of games, especially today. Did you feel like he was more assertive as you had hoped? I guess last month that he would be. What about him tonight? And also RJ, on the offensive glass. What have you seen from him lately? He played really well against that front line against Carolina too. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier when I said we have an SEC team in terms of ability. R.J. Slauson has shown that he can rebound at 2 NBA front lines. I happen to be playing college basketball right now, but 2 NBA front lines in North Carolina and Kentucky, and did a terrific job. I thought Anthony did exactly what we wanted to do today. He was extremely aggressive. Got up 11 shots, had 10 and 7. 3 steals, did some really positive things, had some freshman moments, like the inbound play early in the game. But he's going to continue to get better and better. And so I think the strides that he's making has been good. And the great thing about this team is they're unbelievably fun to coach every day and work hard. They create camaraderie, and we keep getting better. That's been our focus from day one, and that's what we want our focus to continue to be. And even though we didn't win today, and we had some moments where we weren't really good, I thought we took some steps individually and as a team.
Darrin, you referred to this earlier, but the pace of the game was pretty much yours in the first half. You talk about what the plan was against Kentucky, what you wanted to do to them other than, limit their total number of touches.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately we need to get a little better at running when we can because we need to get some easy baskets, but I don't think you want to get into a tragedy with this team. They're too good, performance, too talented. But most of that starts, in my opinion, with bad offense. They're so good at taking bad shots and turnovers and turning them into baskets on the other end. So that was a major focus for us coming into the game. And I think ultimately we accomplished that. I didn't feel like we were as aggressive defensively as we needed to be in the first half. And then obviously we had the double-digit deficit. So we picked up our pressure in the second half and then did as good a job with it as we need to, and then led to some easy baskets for them without question. But we wanted it to be a game where we were getting good shots, however that was, the best shots that we could get. And defensively wanted to keep them from getting as many easy ones. And the best way to do that is in transition on the glass. And for the most part, we did a pretty good job of the transition part. And we did a really good job on the glass.